you're new and you haven't been online and no one friggin' knows you're there, right? And you've literally got crickets. So you could start posting stuff and it's like 2 likes, 3 likes, 5 likes, and it's your mother on all of them, right?
Welcome to Marketing with Vino, the edutainment business growth podcast, mixing education and entertainment to make growing your service business much more fun. Your hosts, Quinton Venter, online marketing expert, and Gabby Kowalski, creator of the Business Freedom Formula, have a glass of wine and share powerful and up-to-date strategies to help grow your service business fast.
There we go, Marketing with Vino. Joining us is the most amazing Gabs. Sup, Gabs?
Hey, gorgeous. Hello, beautiful watchers and listeners. I'm super excited. So today, and we're about to swear, so if you don't like potty mouth words, just pause for a second.
Just go in there and hit him with the right hook. Just go straight at it.
That's just the right hook, you reckon? Okay, so guys, today we're going to talk about this, how to get your marketing to rock long term. And the message is, don't be so fucking impatient.
Perfect.
So often, did I do it all right? Was that okay?
I was like coming at you, it's like, boom, there's the right hook. Don't be so fucking impatient.
Yeah, right. So, this is what we really want to stop on you. We're going to go deep on a few things for you. The general overlapping, the general gist of what we're saying here is this. It takes time to build brand awareness, to build an awareness in your industry that you're there, and it is literally marketing. It's putting your message out there. It's having all these different parts of your marketing machine executed. It is content marketing. It's social media. There's a fair few projects that actually need to get built out. And then over time, people know you. People, connect with you. They're familiar with you, and you get to link what you do to your brand, and people start to think of you when they have that problem or when they speak to someone who has that problem.
Yeah.
Gucci didn't happen in friggin' 1 week. Louis Vuitton didn't happen in 1 week. Mercedes, when we look at brands that are doing well, but are also we're talking about, we know Coca-Cola, these are brands that everyone knows about. There's total awareness around them. Their marketing strategies are very different to the brands that are actually still getting themselves out there. And for small business owners, it's getting this right. We need to get you out there. So what a lot of small business owners are doing, as far as I'm concerned, is no different to if I'm sitting at home in my lounge room watching Netflix and I'm thinking to myself, well, it would be really cool to have a friend, to hang out with, but I still continue sitting watching Netflix. Instead of walking outside my freaking front door and going out in the world and meeting people, right? Now, here's the thing. So this is how I sort of look at it, where so many business owners do this. They're like, okay, they're sitting on their couch. So metaphorically, they're inside their business.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, I do need to market. I got to get some clients. And they go out the front door. So they do a marketing project of some sort. They try something. Yeah. Then 2-3 days into it, it could be they run a Facebook ad for 3 days or a week. They go, oh, this isn't returning back on investment. And they walk back in the door, sit down and start watching Netflix again. They've got all these half projects around marketing done, which is no different, right, to us walking out the front door on our way to the car, opening the door and realizing, oh shit, I forgot to get my purse, and going back in. And then going back to the car and going, oh shit, I forgot to get my jacket, and really? If I'm just going out the door and I'm going back in, out, am I actually going to meet anybody, out in the great world?
No.
And so no, right? And
You're
it's
just going
true.
to be in your car.
I'm just going to, at the end of it, I'm just going to get exhausted, sit back on my couch and go, meeting people is impossible. Let's put Netflix on, right? So my message and our message to you is this, that it's actually around consistently leaving your house if you want to build a network, and So how do we do this in marketing? Well, we do this in marketing by building marketing projects up, finishing them, fine-tuning them. One of the greatest ways you can do this is with content marketing. Content marketing gives us a platform to actually engage with the marketplace. No different to you going to a party and having a chat with someone. The marketplace gets to have a feel for you, gets to know you, because your content is actually no different to you going out there and chatting with people. Here's the cool part though. You create the content, you send it out through social media, you might put a bit of cash behind it on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, LinkedIn ads or Google ads or however you want to do it, right?
Yeah.
And you do get to you actually get to go and sit on the couch and watch Netflix, because your brand is now out there. It's actually about getting your brand outside the door.
Yeah.
And to me, so many people are friggin' impatient because they're going, oh, I'll do this, and then they do it, and they're not getting enough leads or clients through, and they kind of pull the plug on certain marketing campaigns. They don't go beyond it. So recently, I ran an online training called Become a Marketing Rockstar. Super fun.
Super epic. So much
epic.
hype about it in the marketplace. People are just going crazy about it.
And if you'd like me to hook you up with it, send me a private message on Facebook and I shall give you a copy, our beautiful listeners and viewers. Now, so this is the thing, right? So it was a webinar. It was a 4-day marketing process. So for 4 days, hey guys, running this free webinar, who wants to join me on, free and paid ads. So meaning sharing it all over social media, my email list for free, and obviously putting a little bit of cash behind it on Facebook, right? Now, here's the difference. So inside of this webinar, first of all, I don't even sell anything. I just go, love, 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 love. Here's everything. If you want me to help, let's book a chat. So the actual webinar itself wasn't intended to be this big, woo-ha, pointless, valueless thing that just tries to push people to pay their money to me.
Big sales pitch, yeah.
Yeah, right. But this is what's different, right? So for me, this was my process. I want to share my process with you because I hope it shifts something inside of you. My process went like this. I've got a lot of people recently messaging me around marketing. My clients, asking me all these questions about marketing. And I'm about to go 3 months deep inside my mastermind on marketing. And I've decided to actually now sell my mastermind as a term per term versus the whole thing. So you can literally just come in and do one topic and go deep versus having to have to go in on all the topics.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, people want to know this stuff. And I've never run a workshop on it specifically. I've always been talking about my business freedom formula. I'm like, well, what if I friggin' ran a webinar just on marketing, just on how to have your marketing rock and become a marketing rock star? Like, that's a great idea. And then I thought to myself, okay, well, I can run the webinar, but how can I continue the ripple effect of this? How can I have this piece of marketing actually be like evergreen, like stand the test of time, keep giving, keep rippling out? And I thought to myself, well, I know, first up, when I market the webinar, I'm not going to say to them, hey, join me on this day live or suck balls, right?
Yeah. It's like all those fake scarcities when it comes to marketing. There's only going to be 100 seats and you need to get your thing right now. And after this, it is gone. Absolutely gone.
But it's never going to be there again. So instead, I was like, well, screw that. Like, I know for myself, I don't like that. So also, guys, tune in. How do you react to certain marketing? And always make sure that your marketing is in alignment with you. Yeah? So I create marketing from a place of, ooh, I don't like that, and I do the opposite.
Yeah.
And that's how, it feels good to me, right? So for me, I don't like it when there's a webinar on, I have to be there at a specific time, and there's no recording. And it's literally marketed as, this will not be a recording, this will not be recorded, you have to be there or suck eggs, right?
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, yeah, I know they can easily record it and send it to me, that they're just using the law of scarcity, this way. So I didn't do that. So I said, hey guys, I'm running this webinar and you can either join me live or register for it and I'll send you the recording. So regardless of which way you want to go, just register for the thing, right? And I actually this is what was cool. I roughly 60% of the people that were messaging me for the link for the webinar were actually, like on my private page and on my business page, were actually saying, super excited, thank you so much for this, I'd love the recording.
Yeah,
And
I noticed that they couldn't actually be there on the day, and they're just so
yeah,
grateful that they can at least get the recording still. And and I think that is where you come from authenticity as well, where you're adding value beyond them. You're not making it difficult for them to consume this information. It is you're not putting them out of their way to change up their plans. It's like, cool, I get that you're busy. I get it's a Sunday. I get it's in 4 days, but I also have a recording, and if you want that, I'm happy to give that to you. No questions asked.
Yep, exactly right. And so to me, when I look at marketing, there's a few things I look at. Like, one, it's what's true for me, what actually feels good for me, not some wanky strategy I learned from someone that feels ick, does not feel congruent, and I'm forcing myself to execute because I really don't believe you get results there.
Yeah.
Unless, does that make sense? And that doesn't mean that you may not, that doesn't mean that in some regards you may have learnt of a strategy and you've got to do some mindset work around clearing your resistance to it, right?
Yeah.
But in this regard, it was this. So I'm like, okay, I'm tuning in and I'm like really feeling into, how does my brand want to do this? And it was that. Then after, after I ran the actual event, which is super fun, we got the recording put onto a beautiful landing page and a little button at the bottom of it saying, if you'd like to, help, like if you'd like my help building this out, book in a quick 15-minute phone chat with me so I can see if it's right for you and we can see if I can help, right?
Yeah.
And so now we've got love going on, but we've also got a call to action. We've also got for anyone who's actually moved to a place of I'm ready, I'm open. They're no longer sitting in that sort of, like you're cool, but I haven't really experienced you yet stage. They've got that option. We put it onto a landing page. We send it out to my email list, literally getting emails from people like saying thank you, like literally getting emails saying, Gabby, thank you so very much. This is so generous of you. So, of course, all the people inside that registered got it, but also my email list got it. And the Marketing with Vino Club got it. So, guys, if you're listening and you're not in the club yet, if you go to marketingwithvino.com, there's a button that says join the club. And you can literally, it's a free gift from Quinton and myself for you to ask us questions. The actual training is in that group. So there's a little bit of a sneaky thing for you. So, so then I shared it, right? Then what we did, I shared it on, my social media, in different strategies, but It was hey, who wants a recording? Then we did an ad campaign for it. And so with Quinton, we structured an ad, we posted on my business page, and now we've got money behind it, sharing it with the world, retargeting all the people that have been interacting with my content for a while. And people are opting in and grabbing it. And the thank you messages have been beautiful, right?
There's
and I'm getting
so much love that you've been getting there. And people, and one thing that I love is people are actually requesting the recording, even though they couldn't have made it on the day or they chose not to opt in. Now that you've made that recording available and for them to just comment marketing rockstar recording and you'll send it to them, there's that law of social proof that is just coming to play where everyone is commenting on it. So therefore, it's just strengthening your brand even beyond that, which you wouldn't have had for if you were to go, this is a once-off marketing webinar. You'll never see this ever again. You're getting so much more love on the back end of this. And I think that's where the value lies. It's in the follow-up and the nurturing. Not in that initial sale.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Yes. And so this is my thing. Over the years, and especially recently, one thing I've really shifted into is more build the relationship nurture. So, and it's also market from your brand values. Be your brand when you market. So one of our values at the GK brand is give generously.
Yeah.
That's one of our values. And it's true to us. So for us, it doesn't work to run a marketing strategy that's actually the opposite of that. It's not in alignment with who we are, and I promise you it would friggin' flop energetically. The universe just wouldn't gel.
Yeah.
And now look, yes, I've got people, inquiring. Yes, I've got, chats being booked in. Yes, I'm getting messages on my private page and whatnot with people coming through to have a chat around doing business with me. But this is what I want you to get with this. That this campaign, this gift, it continues going. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now what I'm going to do with this later is it's going to go onto my new website, which is getting built, and I'm so excited. And it's going to be an opt-in on my website. So when someone lands on my website, there'll be all these cool resources. So if anyone wants something specific to marketing, then they're going to be able to opt in, go into my email list, and have access to it.
Yeah.
I'm sharing this with you guys because I'm not being effing impatient. I'm actually looking at how do we maintain and get our brand to continue talking to the market. How can we continue talking? It's not what can I do right now to get clients? It's how do I get my brand to be out there meeting friends all the time?
Exactly.
Does this land?
Absolutely, yeah. So I just got distracted here. Naomi Simpson is about to come in. So I'm just putting myself on mute if it's too noisy. But I love what you're sharing there, Gabs. It definitely comes from that place where you've got to look in the long term of what we're doing with our marketing, that we can't just play the short-term game anymore. That's essentially where everyone else is playing. There's 4 quadrants. I don't know if I've spoken to this on Marketing with Vino before, the 4 quadrants when it comes to social media and the engagement. One of them is social selling. So we use social selling to promote ourselves and to sell our products or services. But one thing that we're lacking is social influence. And social influence is the direct opposite of social selling. It is the fact of where we can start sharing our stories, start sharing our goodwill, where we're creating influential status inside the marketplace, which would then allow us to start having a list that we can then go and sell towards. So what we're essentially doing is we're taking our own piece of that pie and we're bringing that into our own retargeting list, which we can then access at any point in time, which removes all of that competition. But that essentially takes time. That takes the long-term approach as opposed to let's just start selling our stuff right now, buy my stuff.
Yeah. And, to bookend this, please guys, it's a very small percentage of the marketplace that's actually red hot wanting to buy right now. Depending on the some of them are already with another business. They may not be happy or satisfied, and they're ready to shift. Some of them, where are you going?
I'm just getting out here. Give me one moment.
Hey. Going to give Quinton a moment to walk around. Yeah, so like I'm saying, some of them are actually sitting there, they're not happy with their current provider. So you could be getting somebody else's client, but they actually need to feel comfortable enough with you to make the shift because they could have had some bad experiences in the past. So if you're out there giving love, if you're out there content marketing, guess what you're doing to that person? By the way, it could take 6 months before they even approach you. Just get this. It could take 6 months of them knowing about you, consuming some of your videos and your blog posts, and then they actually do something. I know that there's a mentor I worked with a couple of years ago. Do you know, I followed him for 12 months before I actually took the action.
Yeah.
It is what it is, right?
And it's exactly the same. Yeah, it took me about 2 years before I went to his free event. It really took that long because he shared so much love, so much good stuff in the marketplace for free, which won me over. That I was advocating him already to so many people, and it wasn't until I was like, all right, what else has he got? What else is there that I can learn from him on that day? Because I know that he's promoting this for the past year. I know that a lot of people has attended it. I'm curious enough now, and he's won my trust, so that I actually want to go and see what else he has. And therefore, I took that free ticket. Or it wasn't a free ticket. It was a $97 ticket for the 2-day event. So then he earned my money. And for many other people who were there, that similar stories, that they followed him for a while and they actually signed up to his long-term program. So it really takes a while. And I think when you come from that place, Gabby, and I'm sure you can relate, as many of our listeners and viewers as well, that when you're in a point of you don't have cash flow and you have very poor finances right now, guys, don't go on Facebook. Don't go and spend money if you need that money to pay for rent and put bread on the plate. If there's plenty of other strategies that you can utilize to go and get joint ventures set up and get some cash flow coming in immediately in partnerships. When you want to start using your Facebook site is when you have that mindset of, I'm in this now for the long run. I now want to start pushing it out there for longer, and I want to see what's going to be this for the next 12 to 24 months. What's the fruit of my labor when I start sending out goodwill now, and in 6 months' time, people are all of a sudden starting to give me more and more compliments, and they even want to know more about me personally. Like those are the kinds of things that you got to come from when you're starting to advertise online, because otherwise you're just going to burn through your cash. You're just going to throw money down the drain, and it's a shame, because that's when, and I've been there where you're thinking, you're doubting yourself, and you're like, shit, Facebook doesn't work. Marketing doesn't work for my business. I'm the unicorn in my industry that can't be marketed to. And you lose faith in your own ability, and it just brings you down even further down that spiral, as opposed to knowing what the foundations are and having a strong foundation and playing this in a long-term vision.
Exactly. So, my beautiful listeners and viewers, stop being so impatient when it comes to your marketing. Get that you're here for a long term and keep getting your brand out there. What you'll find is there is a tipping point. There's a tipping point. At first, especially if you're new to sending stuff, so to me, it's like there's a couple of things playing out just to bookend this, right? The one of them is you're new and you haven't been online and no one friggin' knows you're there, right? And you've literally got crickets. So you could start posting stuff and it's like 2 likes, 3 likes, 5 likes, and and it's your mother on all of them, right?
Exactly. The whole family goes, and you're like, yeah, it's sweet, I'm loved.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. The more you actually share, the more your message that you share that's valuable, right? So there's also people doing this wrong. So some of them aren't doing it enough. Some of them are doing it wrong. They're not sharing a really powerful message. They're not actually helping. They're just being very generic. They're being greedy and holding back. They're like, well, I'm not going to tell them this.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell them this only if they pay me big money. Well, guess what? That's like going out to meet people, but being super introverted and going, well, I'm not going to make friends with anyone unless they come up to me and approach me and buy me a drink and buy me dinner and do all the work.
And ask me how I am and ask me what's going on in my life.
Yeah. So the shift is like, you got to start somewhere. And there is a tipping point that after a while, you got people listening, you got people sharing, you got and then before you know it, the platform builds, and before you know it, the leads start coming through. If we're talking about content marketing specifically,
absolutely,
right? Yeah. So to me, it's like be patient because it takes a little bit of time for this to actually go and spread out. It is what it is. It takes a bit of time to create that relationship and create trust in the marketplace.
Absolutely.
And that means be patient, think long term, and get that every marketing thing you do is putting your brand out there. And you can sit at home and watch Netflix or do whatever. But if you pull anything back, it's not. And then it's about maximizing and optimizing everything. Like to me, it's okay, well, you could have a website, but then you got to maximize that thing. And then you look at Google ads, you look at SEO, you look at having a blog, you look at keywords, you expand on whatever it is that you're actually building out and you master that thing.
Yeah.
Some people do a poor job with their marketing. Like they do the most basic, crappiest thing. They Facebook ads, for example. They could write the most beautiful copy and it could be an awesome post. But then when they go to put some money behind it, they have no friggin' idea how to target, how to really target the right person. And so now they are spending money and the ad's going out, but it's not targeted properly. So yeah, you're going to kind of feel like you're wasting money because you haven't done one component properly. But that's no different to if I go to the gym and I don't know what I'm doing and I'm doing all the exercises wrong, am I actually going to get a good workout or could I potentially injure myself?
You'd injure yourself 9 out of 10 times, absolutely.
So guys, go long game and learn, discover, actually be genuinely curious about what makes this stuff work and be patient. It all come together. Time passes anyway. Before you know it, it's next year and you've got a rocking platform.
All about this being patient, Gabby. I love what you just said, and something just came to me about patience. I don't know if you remember, but last year, before the year ended, I mentioned to you something about that we are launching the Boardroom. And the Boardroom is this awesome platform that we're partnering up with someone, very well-known person in the marketing industry, that we're partnering up with him and it's going out to the world and he's helping us and so forth. And of course, we are splitting the revenue and so forth. Long story short, it's only happening right now. Literally, it's happening right now. That's 7 months later. That's playing the long game. That is patience. That is relationship nurturing, whether that is with one person that will nurture the relationship all the way through. But there's no different than looking at your marketing and thinking about, I don't care about that immediate sale that's going to happen today, tomorrow, even next week. What is this going to look like in the next 6 to 12 months or 24 months? For the same way, we could have easily just gone and said, look, you don't want to play game right now, so let's just stop this, and nothing would ever eventuate from this. Had we done that, we wouldn't be in a position where we are right now, when we can actually launch this. And that's just it. Have patience. Play the long game.
Patience. Long game. Look, honestly, business is a long game. It's not a friggin' short game. And this is the shift around, like, marketing is not a long game. Sorry, marketing is a long game. Marketing is not a short game. It's a long game.
Yeah.
Now, yes, some of the stuff that you do is instant clients. Yes, promotions. Yes, there's stuff to do to get clients right now. I'm not negating that, but when you look at the whole model, when you look at actually creating brand awareness, when you look at making it easier for yourself long term, you've got to do some stuff that's pure love based. Like, Quinton and I, for 6, 7, 8 months, I don't know, for I think 7 months now, we literally, I've got a budget and we just share content. We put money behind spreading my message with no call to action, guys. Like, nothing. It's just love. It's just give. And that's Quinton calls this the goodwill campaign. I call it, give and love campaign. It doesn't really matter what you call it, right?
It's the same purpose behind it, yeah. You're making people feel good and giving them love, yeah.
Yeah, and so we've been running this for 6, 7 months or something. And, in the first few months, it increased my likes. So I literally, in the last 6 months, I think there's close to 2,000 more likes on my page, which is super awesome, right?
Yeah.
And they're all people that love my message, which is even more awesome. And in the last few months, it's actually started to have people private message me on Facebook asking to do business with me. Hey, I watched your video. But why? Was it the video? No, it's because they've watched a few.
Yeah.
Get it? They've.
It's never just been
I've
the
got
one.
People. Yeah. Now after, putting the money behind creating a platform there's people actually saying, tagging their friends, going, check out this girl, I've been following her for ages, she's awesome. Then their friends are going, yeah, I've been following her for a while too, she's awesome.
Love that.
And but I share this with you because do you think that happened in week 1?
No.
No. It didn't, right?
Especially not from a 1-minute video. I mean, the little snippets that we've been giving out, it's quality 1.5-minute videos. That's stuff that is built up from watching 2 or 3 other 1.5-minute videos, which has finally convinced him that Gabby is pretty cool. She knows her stuff. She's here. She's not going away tomorrow. I mean, I think the big thing is we've been doing this for a while now. It's not that we pulled the plug after 3 days because, hey, no one messaged you or no one asked you if you could help them grow their business. We've been doing this for 6 months now, which convinces them that Gabby is in here for the long run. She's not a one-day fly that's going to be in and out tomorrow.
Yep.
And I think that would be one of the key takeaways from this is don't be the one-day fly. You got to be in here. You got to prove to them that you're going to be here by their side for the long run. That you're not just giving this a crack and tomorrow nothing happens. You're giving this a crack and you're doing it and you're seeing it through.
Yep.
And you're sticking it out. You're riding that wave and you're here to love them.
Yeah, and putting stuff out there. So, some of your stuff may not be that awesome. Some of your stuff you'll put out and it doesn't get that much interaction. That's like you go to a party and you tell a joke and not everyone laughs. It happens, right?
I love that.
we really imagine if but this is where people I see this happen with the marketplace and even my clients at the beginning until they have this shift. That's what's going on. It's oh shit, no one liked my joke. I'm just going to sit here now and not talk for the rest of the night. So guys, be consistent and have your brand out there, out the door, consistently, and that is by sharing your message, and content marketing is one of the best ways that you can really create this. And like I said, if you want me to hook you up with a training that I literally go super deep on this, private message me, join the club, and I can assist further.
Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and love, Gabs. And until next time, eh?
Awesome, Quinton. Thank you for your knowledge too. Guys,
Ciao.
awesome hanging out with you. Ciao.
You've been listening to Marketing with Vino. If you enjoyed this episode and want to access the resources discussed in this episode, go to marketingwithvino.com and select which episode you've listened to.